adventurers, my name is the Bucket List Mermaid, and it is my goal to help you check off everything on your adventure bucket list. Today I'm going to be coming straight at you from an Alaskan cruise ship, and we're going to be talking about something really cool, which is hiking in Skagway. Now, Skagway is one of the most popular destinations on an Alaskan cruise ship, and it is probably one of your best chances for hiking. Now, if you know the kind of hikes that I like to take, I normally do very long endurance hikes, and unfortunately that was not the case this time. It was in October, it was a little rainy. Just look at us wrapping up my grandpa like a piece of trash, but he's a cute piece of trash. Nevertheless, Skagway won for my destination to try to do some hiking, and I was on a mission to try to find some hikes that were accessible from the cruise ship, and I actually succeeded in my endeavor, and I decided to do the lower Dewey lake system, which I really liked this one because it was accessible. I could walk to it straight from the town. I didn't have to take any cars, which kind of stresses me out when I'm at a cruise ship port. I also liked it because there was multiple trails and multiple things that you could do. So like, for example, I ended up doing the lower lake system, and then in a hustle to find my mother, because I actually did lose her, I also did the Icy Lake and Upper Reed Falls Trail, and by that I mean run aimlessly and panic. It was so much fun. Now let's just talk a little bit about the lower Dewey Lake loop, and I'm going to focus on that one because it's probably the one that you are going to have time for, especially if you want to do other things in Skagway. If you do have extra time, you can go to the upper lakes. However, the lower lake loop is probably going to be your best bet if you don't want to rush on time. This does take about 1 to 2 hours. It's about moderate and hard. It's about a mile to the lake itself, and it's about 3.6 miles. I did get a little lost, but that's what my watch said, around the entire thing. And you only go about 800 feet total in elevation gain. There was a pretty steep initial incline, and it was so steep that my mom actually turned back, which, by the way, is how I lost her because I couldn't find her later and we didn't have any cell phone service. I digress. I was running around this trail system absolutely panicking, but for the time that I was going around this lower Dewey loop, just absolutely loving my life, it was wonderful. Now, one thing I do have to say is that when I was here in October, the weather was a little bit iffy. The shoes were a big thing. I think I wish I would have brought better shoes. However, I do not think that this is super intense, so I would just bring whatever you have, maybe some trail runners, maybe some tennis shoes. I think that would work, but be prepared for it to be a little muddy because there is a lot of water on this trail, and as you can see, look at all the waterfalls. I feel like there was water coming from every single direction, and I was in hiker heaven. Thank you, Alaska. I appreciate you. Now, one of the things that I really liked about this hike, which especially since I was there during right as the season was ending, was that there was not a lot of people here. I literally probably saw about 4 people total. Now, with that being said, there are things in these woods. I was told that there was grizzly bears. That's why they were like, oh, you ran up that round all by yourself. How interesting. So maybe pack some bear spray. You might need to buy it here and then discard it because I'm not sure they allowed it on the cruise ship itself. But once you actually get to Dewey Lake, it is absolutely stunning. It is so cool, especially in October. It looked like this spooky vibe with all of these clouds and all the kayaks. It was absolutely wonderful, and I can't recommend it enough. If you do want more recommendations for trails that you can hike to from your cruise ship port in Skagway, I did create an entire guide, and I will link it in the description. And if you are on an Alaskan cruise, I've definitely got you. I kayaked, we went to Glacier Bay. I actually created an entire photography guide for if that is your vibe, because I nerd out about that stuff. So if you are going on an Alaskan cruise, I would love to help you out. Go to thebucketlistmermaid.com, check out those articles so that you can be prepared for your Alaskan cruise as you check it off of your bucket list. And just as a thank you for subscribing and watching this video and joining me on all these Alaska adventures, I am giving away my free hiking checklist, even the ones where I take my tail. So go grab that free resource as a thank you from one adventurer to another and to help you check off more things on your adventure bucket list. And if you head over to that Dewey Lake system, definitely let me know. I want to hear what you thought about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, keep adventuring.